Hi, I'm Thomas Lee, and I am the Salutatorian for the class of 2020. Thank you for giving me the honor of speaking to you today. Class of 2020, this is going to be our year. We're looking forward to spending time with our friends and searching for the best boba shops as we excitedly waited for the next stage of our lives. We have seen the effects of climate change firsthand, with record droughts leading to ash raining down on us and forced electrical shutdowns. We have marched against guns and for science. We were the next generation. We were going to make a difference in this world. And then suddenly, everything stopped. Lockdown, shelter in place, images of hospitals filled with sick and dying, people losing their lives and their livelihoods. How would we be able to see our friends and families? How would we be able to make a difference in this world when we couldn't even leave our houses? Then, just when it seemed things couldn't get any worse, everything exploded. When the world was stopped, tremendous pressure was building up inside. For decades, people have been stopped, harassed, and even murdered based on the color of their skin. People of color were stopped for simply driving down the street, jogging, and even bird watching. When low-income people are stopped from getting adequate healthcare, sick leave, and even nutritious food, it leads to a hugely disproportionate number of deaths due to COVID-19 among people of color. COVID-19 has highlighted many of the existing inequities within our society, and the recent killings of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd unleashed pent-up frustration and anger and reminded us that institutionalized racism is still very prevalent in our society. Fortunately, amidst all the division and turmoil around us, members of our own community of all races and ages have not been stopped. We have shown tremendous solidarity, marched with protesters, and spoken out against injustice. Our school district has always emphasized the value and importance of diversity. When I was at Ocean View Elementary, 26 different languages were spoken by my classmates, and I experienced firsthand how people of all kinds could work together and have fun together. Albany High School's teachers, administrators, and staff have worked hard to create an inclusive environment where everyone is welcome, and they have demonstrated to us that we are stronger because of our diversity. Even this pandemic has not stopped us. Our school administrators, staff, and teachers immediately stepped up and adapted to the new circumstances in order to make certain that we were provided with the best education possible during these terrible times. In fact, our teachers have been preparing us for the past 4 years to meet challenges head-on. Mr. Davis, Mr. Place, and Ms. Risk taught us the importance of thinking critically and logically. Mr. Morris and Mr. Castle showed us how technology can help us and keep us connected in this time of crisis. Mr. Ryan's funny anecdotes and Mr. Becker's terrible math puns proved to us that we could face anything with humor, even a subject as difficult as calculus. Mr. Krasda taught us how to express ourselves in writing, which is so important when we can't meet each other face to face. Mr. Knight taught us how our government works, and if we don't like the way that our government is handling the current situation in our country, we can vote to change it. Mr. Brown's U.S. history class showed us the importance of paying attention, remembering what is happening, and learning from the mistakes of others. Now, more than ever, it's note time. Our food services staff didn't stop. They and a group of volunteers from our community made certain that students still receive food during the school closure. Our school's custodial staff have still worked extremely hard to make our high school experience the best possible. Once, I accidentally left my laptop in a classroom right before my final exams. An incredibly kind custodian unlocked the door to the classroom for me so I could get my computer. He modeled the kindness that our world needs more of right now. Our counselors certainly didn't stop. They kept us on track with college admissions and scheduling, and they continued to provide the mental health support that we needed during these trying times. My fellow classmates, we haven't stopped either. We made masks and 3D printed face shields for our local hospitals. In the past few months, our schools, clubs, and sports teams raised over $15,000 for the Albany County Food Bank. The fact that we were able to persevere through all this shows that we are very well prepared to continue on to the next stage of our lives, and I can't wait to see what you'll be doing in the future. Thank you to our parents and family members who supported us all these years with their unconditional love. They provide the foundation upon which we can stand and grow, and they gave us the resilience that we now depend upon. Even as we are physically distant from one another and seemingly torn apart by racial divisions, we are, in fact, inextricably tied to one another, and our actions can have profound effects, both positive and negative, on those around us. Together, we can do more to make the world a better place. As Mr. Morris would say, speed and dexterity, guys. Speed and dexterity. With human kindness, ingenuity, and unity, we are unstoppable. Congratulations to the amazing class of 2020.